This is what you get when you advertise the petitions for the Magic Roads Director's Cut release and preserving the Lost Engine prop. Okay, let's straighten a few things out here. There are many topics that I have discussed in the past very clearly and should only warrant a one-time explanation, yet there is always someone who doesn't pay attention to the stuff that I've said before, and I have to explain it yet again. Don't get me started on how many times I've talked about the situation of American engines running on Sodor that shouldn't be able to run at all. On some occasions, people ask for certain information in a very demanding way, which I don't appreciate and makes me feel like the said people don't deserve to get an answer from me. Frankly, I cannot put up with this pessimistic behavior from people who believe they are self-entitled to get whatever they jolly well like. More on that for another video. Now here is a misconception that everyone's been making in which I grow tired of having to correct them, so this will be the last time. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, very clearly and adamantly. I do not, repeat, not, have any affiliation with the Restore the Magic group whatsoever. I am not a member of their group. I have never been enlisted as one, never have, and most likely won't in the near future. The only time I had any connection with them was when I was promoting them and their petition for the Thomas and the Magic Railroad's Lost Edition DVD alongside all other petitions for its release and the GoFundMe project for Lady. Unofficial advertisement. That's the only time I've ever spoken about them in my video. I have had nothing to do with their inside debates or activities whatsoever. If I had been enlisted as a member, I would have let you guys know ages ago. So if you want to ask any questions, make rushed accusations, or voice odd complaints, I am not the guy you should be speaking to. So if you're watching this video, don't ask me about the Restore the Magic in the comments section when this video is over. And don't you dare ask about the situation concerning the Magic Railroad's Lost Edition, because I am not a part of that project either, so I have nothing to say to you about it because I have no idea what the heck is going on with that, no more than the rest of you. And before you dot another I have never stated in any of my videos at any point whatsoever that I personally had possession of the Director's Cut release. That is in the possession of Hit Entertainment. I am not a part of Hit Entertainment. I am a fan like the rest of you. Got that? Good. Let's go on. This recent situation concerning the Lady prop. This is not really something that I want to talk about, so it will be brief. And remember, I'm not telling you who to point fingers at or whose side to support. I'm just here to point out the facts of the matter. So as everyone has probably been aware of for some time, there was a recent conflict a couple of months ago concerning the full-scale Lady prop and the money that was put into it. It was a debate that occurred between the Restore the Magic group and group member Robert Kozul, the man who originally found the prop. A lot of drama ensued, which has resulted in Robert Kozul taking full ownership of the prop. Now, I understand a lot of people have been giving gripes towards the Restore the Magic over some certain issues, which I can understand. The main issue being that Restore the Magic has been rather secretive of their work and not proving themselves as being trustworthy or responsible, not showing a good financial plan, no announcements for any initiated plans of what's to be done with the prop's restoration, and restricting their updates particularly to Facebook, leaving out any other social media platforms that so many other people use. Understandably, this would get many people riled up. They contributed their money to the campaign, so naturally they want to know that their money is being used properly. But on the other side of the coin, Kozul doesn't seem to be any better. Sure, he's reached out to many museums and restoration groups to see if they'd be willing to restore Lady, and he did lay out a justified financial plan on what's to be spent for Lady, but personally, my suspicions began to arise when he posted an update saying that he learned that the fair use policy could allow Lady to be displayed without having to ask for approval from the copyright owners, in this case, Hidden Entertainment. Now, I know about fair use concerning YouTube videos, but concerning props, I assumed it'd be a different matter. Admittedly, I don't know much about the fair use policy concerning the display of props from TV shows and movies, so if I had been involved in the argument pertaining to said issue, I probably would have made myself look like a fool. Kozul stated that the museums that he reached out to had agreed to provide storage for Lady and restore her, but they requested for prior approval from Hidden Entertainment. Based on this information, I made the assumption that props from a currently active franchise like Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends would need to be permitted to be displayed by their copyright holders. Most people brought up the Star Tugs model as an example of models being displayed for fair use, so I might have argued that the models were a part of the show that had long been discontinued and that their owners had long been dissolved, so it would make sense to display them under fair use, unlike the Lady prop, which is still a part of a franchise that is still ongoing and its copyright owners are still active, so being able to display her would be more of a challenge. From hindsight, it does sound like a logical assumption, but it's one that I'm thankful to say can be disputed. I'm also grateful to say that it's fortunate that I don't have ownership of the Lady prop, because had I applied this theory to her case, I'd probably be wasting my time and earning a lot of looks of disapproval from the fandom. To go off the track here for a moment, I actually used this assumption about fair use in a sense when I uploaded the Great Smoky Mountains Railway and Grand Canyon Railway Video Archive series. All videos uploaded have to have been either discontinued from distribution, no longer released in commercial stock, or have had their production company gone out of business. To ensure there wouldn't be any potential issues should they come up, I watermarked the videos with certain labels. The emblem of the Video Archive series to show what they were being uploaded for, my channel name to ensure no one else would use these videos on their own channel, and the name of the production company to show that I didn't make these videos initially, but that the defunct company did. It didn't really work in my favor since apparently Bill Leverton was still pretty active and he took down the steam train to the Grand Canyon, and to add insult to injury, gave my channel a copyright strike. A rather harsh thing to do in my opinion, and one that easily annoys me because 1. The main purpose for uploading these videos was for people to relive their childhood memories and witness periods that you can't see nowadays within vintage programs that are hard to find and are most likely to fade into obscurity should nobody do something about it. And 2. In my defense, Bill Leverton, if you ever watch this video, let alone the fact that your video production company went defunct years ago, your name and activity has become pretty much an obscurity to the general public. You might want to consider making yourself more evident to the public eye so that I'd know you were still active. I mean, I'd understand that you wouldn't want me to upload something you made, but still, it's a video archive series, a series of which old discontinued videos are preserved and uploaded for people to enjoy a bygone era. You could have at least tried to find some way to contact me instead of just giving me a strike if you were so upset about it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will tell you that they enjoy watching these videos and would want to see them again. Viewers, comment down below if you want to see these videos again. Seeing as how you, Mr. Leverton, are not willing to let me present such a gift, can I at least make a suggestion? Release your programs onto DVD. Or at the very least, sell the distribution rights to another production company for them to release the programs onto DVD. I'm sure Pentrex or Green Frog Productions would be interested in distributing them. Certainly a lot of people would be keen on seeing this program once again, and on DVD as well. Well, such is life in this day and era. So yeah. To those of you who are wondering what happened to the Video Archive series, Bill Leverton happened, and now I got a copyright strike, which I have to wait out until 90 days until it expires. 40 days would have been bad enough. And until then, I have taken down the rest of the archive series to avoid getting the risk of a second strike. Whether or not I'll put them back on again, I don't know. But if I do, don't expect to see Steam Train to the Grand Canyon anytime soon. Back to the main topic at hand. Kozel put in a lot of trouble requesting for a permit to restore and display Lady, and it's only been after he obtained property ownership over Lady that he actually looked into the fair use policy and revealed that she could be displayed without Hit's permission. Given the timing that he actually looked into this, it seems a little odd to have looked this up at such a period. From day one, he could have just done research on the fair use policy as a possible alternative and avoid a lot of trouble. But instead, it's only after he gets property ownership that he actually looked this information up. It seems a little bit questionable to me. Now, I'm not suggesting that he definitely planned this whole thing from day one. It just seems to hint that way to me. In addition, other people are starting to get a little bit irritated with him, mostly because of his consistent upbringing of Lady being endangered of being destroyed if storage rent isn't paid for. I don't know whether this is really the case or not, but for some reason, not a lot of people have contributed to his campaign. Either they're still waiting for their refunds from Restore the Magic, or they seem to be a bit suspicious of Kozel's motives themselves. I can't really say who the real antagonist is in this whole issue, as I don't have the evidence to say who it is. I would need as much information from both sides of the argument to see who the more trustworthy person is. Sodor Island Forums reached out to Restore the Magic and asked for their details on the matter. I would also like to hear more from Kozel's side of the story and make comparisons of the two. Who knows, maybe both parties concerned aren't responsible enough to have ownership of Lady and manage her restoration project. But until then, you viewers are going to need to follow Sodor Island Forums and wait until they've announced that Restore the Magic have given their details on the matter. I certainly can't say any more about this topic, but I will say this. Attacking any of the parties over the matter does not get you anywhere in resolving the final problem. Now, with all this to bear in mind, the future's a bit uncertain concerning the fate of Lady in the director's cut. Does Lady have a better chance to be restored? Is Kozel actually as honest and responsible as he's letting on? Is Restore the Magic actually more honorable than what we've led to believe? Or are they actually as guilty as the evidence proves? And did they realize the error of their ways? Has their reputation been shattered so drastically that it destroys the chance of seeing the director's cut release? What are they doing now? No one knows for sure the answers to these questions. I certainly can't tell because I don't know myself. The only thing I can recommend is to just continue to move forward, support these causes, and see what happens. Because there may be a light at the end of the tunnel, but it could either be the way out to our destination, or the headlight of an oncoming train.